The start is there, 22,070 is where the Nifty is at. The Sensex is at about 72,822. So, these are opening first rates coming through. Oil marketing companies, perhaps, first off the block, which should be in focus, along with a few others. BPCL is starting about 4% lower. HP is down about 5.5%. HP, of course, as Sonal was also pointing out, perhaps hit the most. IOC is down about 3.5%. Oil India is higher. Advanced decline is okay. Too early to look at it in any case. Bank Nifty, though, is like yesterday. Bank Nifty was the underperformer. It is down about 0.25%. But Sonia is on the wall with more rates. Sonia.
Okay, so since you started off with, the Nifty Bank and the pressure we're seeing there, also take a look at the Nifty 50, which is now just hanging on to the 22,000 mark by the skin of its teeth. Oil marketing companies, right? You pointed that out, so I just want to get straight to that. All three oil marketing companies are down anywhere between 2 to 3% as the government has cut petrol and diesel prices by 2 rupees a litre. So this is definitely sentiment negative, and there could be more pain in store on the margin front. Paytm, that one is reacting to positive news flow. The NPCI has now approved Paytm to participate in the UPI as a third-party application provider. So that, approval is a big positive for Paytm, 5% higher over there. NHPC is in focus. In fact, both NHPC and JSW Energy have received a letter of interest from the Gujarat Urja Vikas Nigam Limited. For NHPC, it's for a 200 megawatt capacity solar power project, and for JSW Energy, it is for a 300 megawatt solar power project. So just keep an eye out on these two stocks. In fact, talking about order wins, BEL is in focus as the company has won an order worth 1,940 odd crores. The stock is up. The stock is flat actually with a bit of a negative bias. L&T Tech has bagged a cyber security order worth 800 crores from the Maharashtra State Cyber Department. I'm also looking at some of the technology stocks this morning because there is a report from CLSA where they have reiterated their cautious stance on the IT space. They have a sell rating on Wipro, on HCL Techs. All of these stocks are a tad bit under pressure. Nothing alarming there. LTI Mindtree as well. Wipro, HCL Tech, TCS and LTI Mindtree. This is the cautious stance that they have on these stocks. Axis Bank also on my radar this morning as Nomura has put out a report. They have a buy call with a target price of 1,250 on Axis Bank. But otherwise, the market opening is not as bad as what we saw on Wednesday. But anyway, the Nifty is still down about 50 odd points, hanging on to the 22,000 mark. Back to you.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Sonia. Well, keep an eye out on the broader markets. We had Mr. Sandeep Tandem earlier today of Quant Mutual Fund, and we had asked him about Swan Energy. He didn't answer that question particularly, but there have been investors out there, and he said he's positive on the theme on the whole. That stock took a sharp knock. In the last 5 days, it's down close to 25%. Today, it's bounced up close to 7%, and it's one of the top volume traded stocks. So keep an eye out on that one. You have the other one, Paisalo Digital, which is up close to around 8%. So that's popped up in style in today's trading session. Railtel, that stock is up close to 6.5%. When we saw a bit of a correction, that stock got hit hard. Last couple of sessions, it's pulled back a considerable bit. Capacite Infra, stock up close to around 6%. So that's coming out with one of the top volume buzzers. Let's pull in a few more. RK Swamy, the recent listing, had a subdued listing. That's up close to around 6% as we speak. So that's a fair bit of stocks that are moving around. And I think Shakti Pump's very low volumes out there. But you have Gopal Snacks. It had a subdued listing yesterday. It was down close to around 5% by the time we wound up. It opened up with a cut of close to around 10%, Gopal Snacks. But that stock as well has bounced up close to around 5%. You have Quant Mutual Fund. That was one of the buyers in yesterday's trading session. Prashant.
Well, so it's a 50-odd point lower start on the sort of Nifty, and the Bank Nifty is absolutely flat. It's got a 40-odd point change, so nothing at all. And I think the small cap index and the mid cap indices is positive. The small cap index is up 0.5%, and you've got the mid cap index, which I think is also starting up about 0.4% or so. So broader markets, I think that's what matters, because the problem has not been in the large caps at all. It's been with broader markets, and there the recovery continues, at least in the word go. Small cap index is adding a little bit more in terms of gains. Just a few more names. So the PSU and railway stocks all bounced sharply yesterday. That continues, right? IRFC once again figures as one of the top volume gainers, 3.5 higher. Railtel is up about 7.5%. Exicom, which is the recent listing, was up 20% yesterday. It's up 9% this morning, and huge volumes. IRB did very well yesterday, 4% on IRB. Campus Shoes, that is 5% in the green, 231. KPIT Tech, I think we mentioned, 3% gains. Phoenix Limited, that's the mall operator, 2.5 higher, 2,700 on that one. Gopal Snacks, we just outlined, 4.5 in the green. Capacite Infra, that is up 9%, 250 on that one. So strong gains coming through. Lodha is up about 3.75%, and that is coming through with significantly strong performance as well. On the downside, there is not very much. Suzlon is down 1.5. Electra is down about 2.75. Electra is coming up with very, very large volumes as well. So that is the sort of odd one out. But the top 3 volume-led losers are all oil marketing companies, which are down between 2.5 to about 3.5%. So that's the overall picture. Markets down about 70 odd points on the Nifty.